Let's say you have location data that you want to add to your initial housing data. We'll use the join tool for that. Symon provides 4 types of joins when appending columns using the join tool. They are a left join, a right join, an inner join, and a left anti-join. Let's see how they work. When joining data, there must be at least one column that is common to both data sets. This is the key column that Symon uses to append the new columns. Data type must be the same in both key columns. The type of join you use can be represented using a Venn diagram. The left circle represents the left table, and the right circle represents the right table. The solid portion of the circle represents the output, that is the result of the join. The small area where the 2 circles overlap represents data that has been matched using the key columns. This is an example of a left join. In a left join, all the data in the left dataset will be included as well as the rows in the right dataset that can be matched on the house ID. Any data in the left dataset that doesn't have a match will have null replace the blank values. Now let's look at a right join. The right join will include all the rows in the right dataset and will include the rows in the left dataset that can be matched on the house ID key. Any data in the left dataset that doesn't have a match will have null replace the blank values. Next, we'll examine an inner join. From the diagram, you can guess what this means. Let's take a look. The inner join will only include rows that are common between the left and right datasets. In other words, the rows that can be matched. And finally, we have one more type of join to look at, the left anti-join. This join only includes the rows in the left table that don't have a match. This join will produce only one row. That would be for house ID 3. Now that you know about the 4 types of joins in Symon, let's join some location data to the housing sales data. I've already imported my location data, so I'll just add a data tool. I'll make all my data sources yellow to be consistent. I'll select my data source and apply it. Let's quickly look at the data. There's the house ID, some location data, and some average data about the 15 closest houses. Now I'll add my join tool to the Union House Sales tool. If I hover over the join tool, I can see there is a second node on the left edge. The top node is considered the left dataset. In this case, the house sales data is the left dataset. The bottom node is considered the right dataset. That's the location data. I'll connect the location data to the bottom node. Now let's configure the join tool. I'll add a descriptive name. Notice the Venn diagrams that describe the different join types. If you forget the names of the join types, just hover your mouse over them to see what they are. I want to use a left join because I want to use all of the data in the house sales dataset, but if the location information exists, I'd like that information added. I want to match on the ID. That's my key column. It's important that the key columns in the 2 datasets have the same data type. For join column top, which is the house sales data, I'll select ID. Notice the data type is shown next to the column name. It's the 123 prefix. For join column bottom, I'll also select ID. That's the matching key in the location dataset. It's also numeric, so I'm in good shape because my key columns are both numeric. Now I'll click Apply and Build. And let's look at the data. I have the location data columns appended to my housing sales data. The join worked beautifully. And that's it. You've learned how to combine 2 datasets into one by adding columns to one of the datasets using the join tool.